All right, so the first thing you want to do is lay your mask flat down on your surface. I'm going to start pinching the middle all the way around. Once your hand can't turn anymore, hold it down and go again and pinch it all the way. Every time you do this, you're going to notice the mask is going to start turning in. That's perfectly fine. Just put pressure and hold it down. That way you start to see your little spiral. So as you see, I'm gonna go all the way around little by little. And make sure to take your time because you wanna make sure that it starts to fold perfectly, because the better the folds, you'll see the design better when it's dyed. And if you see that it starts to unravel, that's perfectly fine, just start over. As you see, I'm almost done. I'm gonna make sure I take my strap and just wrap it all the way around. So as you see, it's gonna resemble sort of, I would say, a Cinnabon. So I'm gonna hold it down and get my rubber band so we can hold this design into place. All right, so make sure you hold it down so it doesn't unravel. All right, I'm grabbing my first rubber band and I'm going to place that on half of the mask. I like to place it so it holds the straps in so it doesn't stick out. As you see, I'm going halfway. I didn't loop it twice. You just want to make sure it holds it. If you see the rubber band's too loose, you can wrap it twice. I don't, I just put it to hold it down. Put my second rubber band. Now it's halfway and you want it to resemble pizza slices. So I'm gonna put on another rubber band as you see right there. Perfect. If it starts to go onto the other rubber band, that's perfectly fine. Just adjust it yourself. All right, and as you see, the straps are sticking out. We don't want that. So I'm gonna grab another rubber band and I'm going to hold the straps down just like that. And again, adjust as you must. Now I have it the way that I prefer. I'm just gonna fix it a bit. All right, now it's perfect. Now we're ready to dye. Looks like this, here we go. I prefer to dye on a cooling rack and a bucket because it absorbs the dye that falls over. But if you don't have one, you can definitely use a bunch of napkins to absorb it. So the first thing I'm gonna grab my first color and I'm gonna begin to squeeze it onto the section that I've highlighted. Make sure you squeeze a lot. You want to make sure it gets into that fabric, all right? So take your time as you squeeze so it doesn't go over and apply it gently. Just like that. All right, now I'm gonna grab my second color and I'm gonna begin to squeeze on another section of the mask. As you see, I highlighted the area so you can have an idea of where to place your dye. I am overlapping it because I like the way the colors blend, but it's optional. You can definitely do it that way or just on the section that you see. Now we're gonna pick the last color that we have and we're gonna fill the remaining section of the mask. Like I said before, be sure to cover it completely in the dye because you want it to absorb the whole layer of the mask, okay? And again, I'm overlapping it. You don't have to do it this way, but I do like it this way. All right, and once you're done with that, we are going to turn the mask over and just repeat the same steps that we did before onto the back of the mask. As you see, there are spots. I'm gonna grab the first color and I'm going to just put it on top to make sure it absorbs that layer. I'm gonna grab the next color and just fill in the gaps because I want it to be completely covered in that dye. Just like you see me doing, I'm going to fill that up. I'm gonna grab the final color and I'm going to add it on the last section that I have. Just like that. All right, and once you have all the dye on your mask, we're gonna turn it back over and it's complete. Now, I want you to put it in a Ziploc bag overnight.
8 hours later.
We're gonna start taking our mask out of our Ziploc bag. Make sure you are wearing gloves. You do not want your hands to get dyed. Once the water begins to run clear, you can start removing your rubber bands. Once you're done rinsing it, pop it in the washer and dryer or wash it in the sink. And voila, look at your creation.